So what I found myself working on today was this custom router table fence for this benchtop unit that I built, and it's got sliding fences. And on my large router table, one annoyance is when you go to tighten up these knobs behind the fence, there's a through bolt and it kind of spins as you try to tighten that knob. So on this one, I wanted to do it a little different. I wanted to use threaded inserts, and just those words uttered to any woodworker and everybody kind of shudders, because it's pretty easy to get a threaded insert installed crooked, and then once you do, well, you're basically starting over on your project. So here's a nice technique for actually using your drill press and to turn that manually for really nice installs on your threaded inserts. There aren't many bits that can do a good job in that phenolic plywood, but this set from Fish is definitely one, so I'll throw a link down in the description if you're looking. For instance, I know it's this 23/64 bit that works best for my particular threaded inserts, and that'll make sure that it doesn't strip out during the install. Let's get that chucked in. Even with the smaller diameter bits, I always make sure that everything's clamped down securely, and we'll see how we do there. Again, this is that phenolic coated plywood and super clean results topside. But look at that, even on the bottom, nice crisp hole. Of course, it does help if you have a sacrificial insert like I do, but boy, that looks good. My drill press table just uses 1/2" MDF for the sacrificial inserts, so those are pretty easy to replace. Now, normally I might use a little T-wrench like this to install those threaded inserts, but when I really need it to be dead perpendicular to the surface, like for this router table fence, what I'm going to do is just use a threaded rod chucked into the drill press, a little nut here just to keep this from backing up the rod, and then I'll just feed that in manually, of course with the drill press off, and if I need to finish that by hand, it should work fine. A little bit of downward pressure as I go, and I'll just rotate that manually as far as I can. Then I should just be able to release the chuck and let it up from there. So that is almost down dead flush. What I'll do is just finish that up, another turn or two with the T-wrench, and I should have it. So there you go, nicely installed threaded inserts that are perfectly perpendicular to the surface, set just below, and that should be great for our router table fence. This is my first try where the threaded inserts didn't go in too well with that T-wrench, but at least I can use that to set my length for the replacement parts. That should be good. Then for the real deal, I'll insert these sliding fences. And I know that slot on my router table is a 1/4 inch. I'm not sure if I can get away with 1 notch bigger. There's a 9/32. No, that's not going to fit. So I'll go right at a 1/4 inch to go ahead and dimple those drilling locations. And the same thing on the other 3 slots. Now back to that 23/64 bit that we know is going to work well for that threaded insert. This is going to be a stopped hole this time though, so I've adjusted my depth accordingly and we'll get those drilled. And sure, you're pro, but are you Fokend Pro? I'm not sure who came up with the name on these things. These ones are the PowerTech 1/4 20 inserts. You know, usually I would use one with an Allen wrench drive on it, but for these, I needed them to sit flush with the surface, so this style looked like it would work better. I'll run that up my threaded post and secure it a bit with that nut. And with my fence settings the same, I should be able to drop that down. Just a little bit of downward pressure as I turn that in by hand. I just love the way that works. You know you're going to get a perfectly plumb install on that, and that's what we're after. And then just release it with the chuck key. And maybe just another half twist by hand to get that down flush. That was pretty close just with the drill press. That should do it. And if you are working with a delicate material like this phenolic plywood or a melamine, one thing you can do is just chamfer that slightly. I like to put my drill bit in reverse and just make the tiniest little chamfer there so that material doesn't get disturbed as you cut in that insert. I'm enjoying this process so much more than trying to twist these in freehand. Seems to work really well. And again, if it needs a little half twist with a T-handle crank, no big deal. Okay, and that one looks good too. Last one, and we'll get these fences installed on the router table. Yeah, that process is a winner. I think these accessories can just live permanently at the drill press. So the result is nicely set threaded inserts that are perfectly perpendicular to the surface, just what you need for something precise like this project. And that'll be perfect to make these sliding faces for my router table fence. So if you've got projects coming up that call for threaded inserts, definitely give this technique a try. And do drop down to the description box and check out my links for these fish brad point bits, as well as some PowerTech threaded inserts and that T-wrench handle that I used. There's some great accessories to have around the shop.